Welcome to News Kids Can Use, the show about all the weird, wacky, and straight up strange things that explain what your grown-ups have been freaking out about lately. I'm Tori Ogawa.
And I'm Kirsten, filling in for Emin while she's on vacation.
Let's get into some headlines. Our first headline today is Fat Bear Week, which was held at the beginning of October. This is a week-long tournament where bears go pound to pound to see who is the fattest bear just by looking at their weight gain from spring to fall right before they go into hibernation. Now, people could watch on their online stream and watch them fish and eat. And the winner this year was 480 Otis, who is believed to be 25 years old. And the people loved him because of his perseverance, overcoming some health problems and walking problems, and his cool fishing skills. So yay, 480 Otis for being the fat bear of the year.
Join the battle, beat the bug, stomp it out, stop the spotted lanternfly. Why is everybody so excited about the spotted lanternfly? Well, the spotted lanternfly, or the SLF, doesn't harm humans or animals, but it feeds on the sap of many different plants, including grapevines and trees, and it can kill them. The spotted lanternfly is an invasive plant hopper native to China, India, Taiwan, and Vietnam, but in 2014, it was found in the eastern United States, and people have been trying to get rid of it ever since. Now, although dead spotted lanternflies have been found in Oregon and in California, no live lanternflies have been seen in the western states, and we certainly hope they stay away. Researchers across the country have been looking for ways to eradicate these tree killers, but the best way to get rid of this arresting-looking pest is still to stomp it. So if you see one, stomp it.
In Singapore, multiple clowns were reported standing outside of different schools, staring creepily at the kids and asking them to follow them. Their really weird, creepy presence sparked the parents to complain and call the police. And when the police investigated, they found out that the clowns were linked to a private education center who was hoping to attract new students to join their school. Now, the education center said that they realized that it was not well received by the kids or their parents, but the clowns did not offer their students any money or anything weird, so it was not of evil intent and they weren't trying to cause harm. But if you want to recruit new students, I would say don't use creepy clowns. That's not the best way to go.
Well, when we saw the headline, 11-year-old Malaysian bags 3 international awards for her new invention, we had to investigate. Mariam Muzamir invented Yam 2.0, an innovative, award-winning livestock feed made out of ground sea snail and shrimp shells. Inspired by youth climate activist Greta Thunberg, Mariam wants to tackle the reported 30,000 pounds of food waste that is being produced daily throughout Malaysia. The idea came about from a family trip to the seafood restaurants that line the coastlines near her home. She observed just how much waste was being produced by that restaurant and the others, in particular, the amount of shells being dumped. Her invention earned her the gold medal, the Canadian Special Award, and the Best Young Inventor Award at the recently held International Invention Innovation Competition, or ICANN, in Toronto, Canada. She was the youngest winner in the competition, beating over 600 participants from more than 70 countries for the title. Do you like to read about science? Well, whether you do or not, get ready for a thrilling adventure through the world of science with Max Axiom, super scientist. He explores electricity, photosynthesis, magnetism, and more. Look for Max Axiom Super Scientist at your local public library. Today's big deal, we are talking about Facebook. On October 4th, Facebook's entire network went offline. The nearly 6-hour outage included Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and Oculus. According to Facebook, the connection between data centers went down during routine maintenance, which caused servers to go offline, making it impossible for the rest of the internet to connect to Facebook. One reason it took so long to repair the system was that security engineers had trouble getting to the server areas because their digital badges stopped working. Oh, goodness. That just continued a bad week for Facebook, because just the day before, a former employee of Facebook told the world that Facebook knew that Facebook and Instagram, they could cause people's self-confidence to plummet, especially teenage girls.
And this person went to the Senate to ask for help and to testify against Facebook. And she said that social media was just a really harmful thing. And we all know that it's a way to spread hate speech and false and fake information. But on top of that, as Kirsten was saying, Facebook and Instagram can hurt people's self-confidence, especially in children and teen girls. Now, the data that they had said that 13.5% of teen girls said that Instagram worsened their suicidal thoughts. And 17% of teen girls say that Instagram contributes to their eating disorders, which is really concerning information. Facebook and Instagram work in this way that they have something called algorithms, which is codes that pick the ads and things that pop up on your news feed to focus on delivering posts that would create the most engagement. So getting the most likes or the most comments, which leads to sometimes content being not so great, like the bad messages that promote being skinny versus eating healthy or other kind of self-harming images. There's a little bit of controversy around their data because it came from their company, and some psychologists say that it was only taken from a small sample of users, that this data is very complex and more research needs to be done. But even just those statistics are really concerning because that's a lot of teen girls out there who might have harmful thoughts about themselves.
And, you know, who needs to be perfect? Who is perfect? If you see a picture on Instagram, is that the way that person looks and feels every single day? Do they have bad days? Everybody has bad days, but not everybody shows you what's really going on in their lives on Instagram or Facebook. So if you are having a bad day, there are people you can talk to and people you can text, and just take care of yourselves.
Exactly. Talk with a trusted grown-up if you feel upset about something. And if you are under the age of 13, you shouldn't be on social media just yet. It is for 13 years and older. So talk with your parents about when you can get on social media just to be safe. And in the future, because she went to the Senate to talk about this issue, senators are pledging to work together, the Democrats and the Republicans, to change the laws, privacy laws, and other rules around social media. But currently, social media platforms are immune to legal consequences over what their users post, which is really concerning because if something bad happens, they're not liable. But the Republicans and Democrats want to change that. Also, something interesting, Facebook and Instagram were going to create something called Instagram Kids, which was for 13 years and under. But there have been a lot of safety concerns, especially after this report, and lawmakers and advocacy groups are really pushing for them to stop. And they put it on pause, but they still think it's the right thing to do and are may move forward. So if you have thoughts or comments about this, you should email us at newskidscanuse@krl.org and tell us what you think.
Thanks for watching News Kids Can Use, a show about all the weird, jaw-dropping, and strange things that have been making your grown-ups freak out lately. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Tori Ogawa. And if you see some lantern flies, stop on them.